Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to the Newbie Farm. Alright, as you can see here, I'm just dropping a little bit of slurry on this field here.
Got one mini pass left, Liz.
And we're joined by Spud.
Yeah, but you got the bit that I missed, so I can see it. Are you going to do, which bit are you going to do?
And Country Gaming, as you can hear.
I'm just working my way east to west.
Yeah, I'm coming along behind you.
So,
Just to my left, should be good.
we switch out the server, so now it's 3-stage fertilization again.
Fingers crossed.
We had it single stage for a while, and then we switched it over to 3-stage fertilization, so using stuff like slurry makes sense now, because I think we have a bunch of slurry, and manure for that matter. I don't know if we're going to make it all the way through this field or not. We should do. Oh, no. Oh, maybe we will. There'll probably be a little tiny strip left.
I'll see if I can grab that bit that I missed down over here.
There you go. Just as I suspected, there's a little tiny bit left.
Pick up a tea, be right back.
Okay.
That's the way it goes, so. Anyways. Let's grab a little bit more slurry. I think we got lots of it from what I can see. So because we switched over to 3-stage fertilization, gotta make sure we have the appropriate fertilization levels. It's funny, it's not super late at night in the game, like I said, 9 o'clock. But you can see how much lights make a big difference. And how, or lack of sometimes, you'll notice the problems with driving at night, especially with the real night mod too. We don't have the real night mod on here, so it's not so bad. But definitely noticeable still. There we go. I don't know how much slurry, but 85% slurry, so we have lots of slurry in there. So that's the reason why we got a slurry tanker not too long ago as well. And we picked up field 9 as well, which Spud and Country Gaming are working on right now, so. And I think the thing we're going to do after this, I don't have a whole lot left, just little tiny bits left in that field there. I'm not sure if we could I guess we could cultivate next. There we go. I don't do nearly as much cultivating as I do harvesting, so it wouldn't be a bad idea. There we go. Of course, you can always set it up so slurry automatically gets pulled from the tank, which I think is I like that option so much. I'm so happy they did that. Perhaps it feels a bit cheaty, but it still makes your life a lot easier. All right, so where's the little bits that we missed here? There was one over here that we missed. This is the main one right here. Now, I did remind myself that with this one, you don't actually turn it on. You just lower down the booms, or lower down the arms, and that's how you turn it on. I totally forgot about that. For some reason, I don't know. I don't use this one very often, so that was most likely the reason why I just didn't remember about that. There we go. There's that part there.
Ah, thanks, Ian. I was just thinking of doing that. Oh, that's Spud.
What are you talking about?
I saw the other fertilizer being moved, and I thought it was you driving the fertilizer to fertilize field 10, but it was Spud.
No, I was putting slurry down in field 9 or 8.
Field 8?
Or I guess that's field 7. I'm just at the edge of the two of them, so.
Actually, funny you said that, Ian, because this morning, well, you know, this morning for me, when I was on with Spud, I was fertilizing and with the slurry spreader, and Spud goes, Field 8 needs fertilizer, and I said, no it doesn't. He was trying to like trick me.
Well, it probably does need fertilizer, but that's not going to be used at all, so. There we go.
He was basically trying to trick me into fertilizing a field that's used for placeables. And it didn't work.
No, I just was right at the edge of field 7 and 8. So that's why I thought I was in the right place. I was like, oh hey, we need to fertilize, or that needs to be fertilized, or that's the one I'm fertilizing, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's funny in real life, these little cultivators right here. If you look at them in real life versus in the game they seem tiny. But we have a Lemkin. I'm not sure what the Lemkin is. I think it's a 3-meter one. And it's on quite a powerful tractor. I don't think we have anything. Let's see, do we have anything? So it's kind of like this one, I guess. It's kind of like this one, except it's a Lemkin. Do they have anything else? Because it's on a 3-point hitch, so that would be the style. It's not a tow behind, so something like that would be the closest thing I can think of. Is that 3 meters too? 6 meters, so it's even smaller than that. Believe it or not. Alright, just get lined up here. Yeah, it's funny when you see them in real life versus in the game. In the game, everything seems so small. Like when you're beside like the Pentatrail you can get from the mod hub, or if you're beside like a K Squad track, they all seem small. But when you're beside them in real life, you're just like, oh my goodness, that is huge. Like it's like the size comparison is not, or I should say the scale of the two are very different. So it's pretty funny to see something in real life that you've seen in game, whatever it happens to be. Whether it's cars or whatever. Put a little head at the end here. Give myself a little bit of extra room. But it is pretty funny to see. I took a picture of it on my Instagram that we have at work. The one we have at work at least. Put it on my Instagram. And at IPJ Robson, if you don't follow me there. And it was... a couple people were kind of surprised at the size of it, so helps give people a realization as to how big it actually is. There we go. It's like this one's just like I guess it's a bit wider than the tractor. It's not just the size of the tractor. It's a bit wider than that, which is nice. There we go. Go back to my other part over here. Good. It's funny, in that video the other day there with in County Line, where I was doing the video about just selling some grain, and then showed some people that silo display. It's a pretty cool little mod. I had a couple people try it. Spud tried it, and Donald was going to try it. It's a pretty neat little display actually. It shows you everything you need to see, basically. Fill levels and the maximum capacity. It's all right there, which is nice. Here we go. Get that lined up again. But it is kind of a neat little mod. It's simple, but effective. Like, a lot of times in FS15 and 13, I guess there was, if you looked, there would have been some modded farms that actually had a display like that. Wow.
Barley on 7, don't have too much.
So what other fields need to be planted? Does 6 need planting?
Nope, 6 is ready to harvest, 7 can use planting.
So you're going to do 7?
Probably start up a hired worker, if I can see where Iain's fertilized or not.
I'm just cultivating it now. Not that it really needs to be cultivated, but I wasn't sure.
seeders cultivate at the same time.
I figured they did. There was corn here before, so that's why I wasn't sure if you want to put corn back in there. But I guess those seeders do corn as well. At least one of them does.
Yeah, the Lincoln does.
The Lincoln does.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, so you can direct seed right into there, so.
An extra stage of fertilization there if you cultivate as well.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, might as well. Get 2 stages of fertilization. Although I think we have the manure mod on the server, so you could always just put down manure the first time and cultivate it and get 2 stages right off the bat.
Yeah, that's what we found when we were using the manure spreader on the last map we were on.
It's just solid manure though, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, I could start from the south side if you like. But yeah, the manure mod actually kind of is another neat little mod that gives you a little bit of added flexibility in your fertilization regime. So you can drop the fertilizer, drop the manure down, cultivate it under, and then you get 2 stages of fertilization right off the bat there, which is kind of nice. I don't know if you wanted to progress the day ahead if that other field's done or not.
Yeah, we could do.
Yeah, we could. That'd be great.
Alright. Let's see how this works. On this side, I don't think it's going to be a problem. The other side, I'm not so sure about. It may skip a whole row too. You never know. Hey, magically it's grown. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I figure it's going to do 2. It's kind of a tight turn for it not to do 2 like that, so. There we go. If you're wondering what mod that was that Spud just used, it was the time acceleration mod. Gotta be a bit gentle with that one, on the servers at least. They don't like it so much.
I should go and find the corn header.
That's attached. Yeah, Rosenwood.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use the New Holland.
There we go. Move on to the next row here. It's funny, it makes you remind you how small the actual cultivator is. It's really not that small, it just feels really small on this big field. And this isn't even a huge field either, like this is just a small little field. But it definitely just feels big. So when you're cultivating it, you're like, hey, there's not much left to do. Then you're like, 20 minutes later, you're like, hey, only 1 more pass to go. It is funny how that works out. Alright. I don't know. That's my problem is I start with a small cultivator, and then within the first 2 episodes of a Let's Play, for example, I'll automatically go, okay, time to move up. Just because it does take forever. If you need to cultivate, at least. If you can get away with cultivating, then hey, that's great, but you'll definitely notice the difference with a big cultivator. There we go. Let's get the little end part there. Good.
So you've only just started planting, haven't you?
Yep.
So it's safe for me to drive over it.
Well, I guess you could, but you're gonna add some compaction issues to that field there.
Well, at least the seeds won't blow away.
It's true. People do pull rollers behind their seeders, so, or after the fact.
Yep.
There we go. Well, we're on the last 3 passes from the looks of it. Not too bad. Yeah, it's a small little cultivator. Usually I just hire a worker for this. It's a nice square field, so you can just hire a worker and just be done with it basically. But I figured, why not? It's pretty rare that
while I get changed for work.
Okie doke.
Okay.
It's pretty rare that I actually cultivate with a small cultivator, so figured what the heck, might as well. There we go. Last little bits there. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have one more. One more at the end, basically. Or I could just leave it for the for the seeder to come through. Because Lord knows it direct seeds too. I wasn't sure if they had the corn planter that would actually direct seed, but should have remembered that Lemkin was able to do that. So, all right, last pass. Let's get this little bit over here. Perfect. Don't need GPS on anymore. Finished it just in time. That seer caught up with me pretty quickly, as you can see there. There we go. It's funny, it's still showing us lowered. I guess it was. Put this back where we found it, which is over here, and I think we'll call it an episode. A little bit of late night slurry planting, so no one knows who was. That stunk up the neighborhood, I guess. I don't know. Perfect. Nice. And with that, folks, we'll call it a day. My name's Iain Robson, and I hope you enjoyed. If you like what you saw, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Farm Sim action. I'll catch you guys later.